Joint variation is the third type of variation. When the value of a quantity is proportional to two or more other quantities, we say that a joint variation has occurred. So for a joint variation to occur, you see, a value of a quantity has to be proportional to two or more other quantity. This is the only situation that or condition that can make us to say this is joint variation. Example, if y varies directly as d, that is one quantity, and inversely as the square of x, that is another quantity. If d is equals to 30, x is equals to 24, y is equals to 1 over 18, this first value, they are the value you will always use to find your constant. Alright, now find the law connecting the variables. B, find y when d equals to 5 and s equals to 2. So therefore, from the question, y varies directly as d. Y varies directly as d. This is it. This is what we have here. And y also varies inversely as a squared of s. Y varies inversely as a square. Inversely means 1 over. I've done video on that. You can look up for inverse variation. 1 over is the inverse x squared. So now, therefore, we have to merge these two statements, these two mathematical statements together. So by the time you merge it, what it means is that y is directly proportional to d, is also inversely proportional to 1 squared of s. Alright, so by the time you remove this proportionality, you merge this sign of proportionality into 1, you discover that d times 1 will be d all over what? S squared. So if you remove the sign of proportionality to replace it with equal sign, discover that we introduce our k, which is a constant. So y will be equals to kd all over s squared. So therefore, from the first statement, discover that d is given, s is given, and y is given. We use that values to find the value of k. So therefore, y is this, x is this, and then d is this. So k is what we want to find. All right, so y is 1 over 18 equals to d is 30. D is 30. That's what we have here, times k all over x is 24. X is 24 is what we bring down here, squared. So therefore, we can cross multiply. To cross multiply here, 30k times 5 times 18 equals to 1 times 24 square. So 30k times 18, rather 18 is 540k. 540k, which is going to be equals to 1 times 24 square. 24 square means 24 times 24, which is going to be 572. So divide both sides by the coefficient of k. The coefficient of k is 540. So therefore, our k is going to be equals to 572 all over 540. If you reduce this into the lowest fraction, you discover that or lowest term, you are going to have 16 over 15. All right, now now that we have gotten our k, the first question says the law connecting the variable will be, okay, how did you find the law? The law means connecting this variable is going to be this expression is this expression, but this time around, instead of writing k, you are going to write the value of k. We have already known the value of k. So therefore the law connecting this variable will be y equals to 16 over 15 d over s squared. All right, so the next question says when d is 5 and s is 2, we should find the value of y. So therefore, y initially is 16d over 15s squared. 16 over 15 times d is given to be 5. That's what we have here. X is given to be 2. That's what we have here. So you discover that this is going to be equal to 16 over 15 times 5 over 2 square is 4. So you discover that 5 here 1 time, 5 here 3 times, 4 here 1 time, 4 here 4 times. So we are left with 4 times 1, which is 4, 3 times 1, which is 3. So 4 over 3. All right, now look at this example. The force F needed to stop a car varies directly as its weight W and the square root of the velocity V, and inversely as the distance D traveled. When F is equals to 36, you see these are the first value you use to find your constant. When F is equals to 36 Newton, weight is 120 kilogram, velocity is 100 kilometer per hour, and distance is 50 kilometer. Calculate the force required for, they're asking us to find F, required for V, which is equals to 256 kilometer per hour, and W 200 kilogram, and 800 D equals to 800 kilometer. All right, so now when F is this, W is this, V is this, and D is this, we have to calculate the force required for when this is equals to this, W is equals to this, and D is equals to this. First of all, we need to draft out the formula, the mathematical representation of this statement. So therefore they say F, which is force, is directly proportional to the weight and square root of velocity, directly proportional to weight and square root of velocity. This is a direct relationship. Then the inverse aspect of it is, and then they also say, and inversely as the distance D. See, inversely as the distance D, inversely 1 over as the distance, which is D. If you merge these two together, you discover that F will be directly proportional to W square root of V all over inversely proportional to D. You see it now. So we have F is equals to K W is equals to K W square root of V. Why is it K? Because we have removed the sign of the proportionality all over D. So from the first statement in a question, they give us values that we can use, to find our K. So these are the values that I brought forward. F is 36, W is 120, V is 100, and D is 50. So K is what? So therefore, F is 36 equals to 120, which is W square root of 100, then times K all over 50. So you discover that this is 36 equals to 120. Square root of 100 is 10. 10 times 120 is 1200. Multiplied by K is K over 50. So we cross multiply. Any number standing alone is over 1. So 1200K multiplied by the denominator, which is 1 here, will still give us 1200K, which is equals to 36 times 50 is 1800. Alright, divide both side by 1200, which is the value of K, is going to be equals to 1800 divided by 1200. And then our K, by the time you divide, 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0, 18 divided by 12 will be reduced to 1.5. So now we have gotten the value of our K. So when you see, discover that in this question now, we were not asked to find the formula connecting them. So they go ahead to ask us to find our F. When V is this value, W is this value, and then D is this value. So therefore, the formula we are using is still F equals to KW square root of V all over D. So if this is the case, our K, we will find it to be 1.5 from here, and this is it, times W is given here to be 200. This is it, times square root of V. V is given to be 256. Look at it here, all over D. D is given to be 800. Look at it. So this is going to be equals to 1.5 times 200 times square root of 256 will give us 4800 all over 800. So it's called 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0, 48 divided by 8 will be 6 Newton. So this is the value of our force